Now I would like to go a little more details in the political parties I was recommending. First, the Women's Rights Political Party. For those of you saying that there are already women in politics, you're correct. But they don't represent women, they represent a company. Now, women had to go through quite a bit throughout history for equal pay and even the right to vote. Do you realize when the Constitution was originally done that everyone could vote? It simply said voted on by the people. That's every man, woman, and child could vote. It wasn't until later that they changed it. But what they didn't change was the requirements for running for political office. So you couldn't vote, but you could always run for president. And that's how you get things changed, by running for political office. Now, most of these political parties I'm talking about will have an opposite. In this case, we'll call it an equal. Men's political party. Men, we're losing our right to be male chauvinist pigs. We're actually losing a lot of rights. But it's up to us to decide which one's worth running for. The next political party I'd like to talk about is the Senior Citizens Party. I'm going to be soon at retirement age if they don't raise it to 72. Do you know when they originally set the retirement age at 62, the average life expectancy was 59? See, that's the way this thing is designed. The only way it really works is if most people die before they reach retirement. So it should be overhauled where it's more correct and where they can't steal from it. So senior citizens, you should try to fix it. The next political party that I want to talk about, no one thinks about. The Cigarette Smokers Political Party. That's right, cigarette smokers, you can have your own political party. I was standing in line right about the time when they changed it to 70 cents more a pack in taxes. The guy behind me said, well, that's just not right. Well, who's representing you? You have to smoke outside in any weather in most companies. You can't smoke on the parking lot of a hospital, even in your own car. And how much a pack are you being taxed? You don't even know. It's all hidden taxes. As a minimum, you should know that. So I'm pretty sure you cigarette smokers should send someone to Washington to represent you. Now, along those same lines, the next political party is the Consumers' Rights Political Party. Now, that can be pretty vast. But most time in America, they tell you your choice is to buy it or don't. Well, if you start your own political party, then you can tell the companies what to do. The next political party I'd like to recommend is the Sports Consumers Political Party. That's right. You sports fans, you can have your own political party. Send a representative to Washington, and guess what? Maybe then you can have a playoff in college football. Just a recommendation. The next political party is the Lesbian and Gay Political Party. Sorry, Christians. Now, they can run together or separate. It's up to them. And I heard recently that there was a woman, open lesbian, in office. Well, if that's my representative, the first thing I'm going to say is, she's got more important things to worry about than that kind of stuff. That's not important to me. And that's the way a lot of Americans think. But if you start your own political party and then they go to Washington, that's what they're there for. So that's their most important thing. Then maybe you can submit the bill and make it a national law where you can get married. The next political party I'd like to recommend is the Parents' Rights Political Party. Now, there was a television show in the 50s, I think. It was called Leave It to Beaver. They were an ideal family. But do you realize if that show was today and maybe a reality TV show, that father could be in court right now? See, you're not allowed to whoop your children now. Back then you could. You're not allowed to discipline your children. You're not even hardly allowed to yell at your children. If you ground them, they'll probably call a hotline and they'll get taken away from you. Most of the parents' rights today have been taken away. And then the first thing that happens if you get a bad child is, where are the parents? Well, I'll tell you where the parents are. They're tied up, bound and gagged in the corner with all their rights taken away. Now, if you want your rights back, send a representative to Washington. I do understand that there are a few bad parents, but there are also a lot of really decent parents out there. They might not have the exact same ideas as you do, but they're decent parents nonetheless. The next political party that I like to recommend is the Children's Rights Political Party. Can anyone in America explain to me why there is a 15-year minimum sentence for selling prescription drugs, which I agree is bad. I'm not saying it's good. But if someone rapes a 4-year-old child, there's no minimum sentence. Most Americans I know thinks that person should be put in a room with Lorena Bobbitt, if you know what I mean. Now, I seen a story on this once, and the guy got 1 year. And the child had to face that guy in court because that's what our law says. But see, we can change that law. There is no reason in the world why a 4-year-old child should have to go to court and face some kind of monster like that. None whatsoever. But that can only be changed with a constitutional amendment. The next political party I'd like to recommend is the hunting and fishing. You guys are taking a lot of things for granted. They tell you how many animals you can kill. You got to pay for your hunting license, your fishing license, all kinds of stuff. If you want to change that, where there's no fee for hunting and fishing, that's your legal right, then you can change it. Whatever you want to change it about. The next political party is the gasoline party. Now, prices got real crazy there for a while. That hurts Americans a lot, especially the ones that commute further. And it really hurts you because almost everything gets brought to you, your products, through a truck. If they have to pay $5 a gallon for gasoline, well, guess what? The price you're paying for milk and all that's going up too. So it hurts everybody. And I don't understand how it's gotten, I guess, tied in with the stock market and can jump 25 cents or 50 cents in one day. That's crazy. It shouldn't be like that. But however you want to change it, you should change it. Now, the next political party is the electric company. They're basically a monopoly. You only have one in your area. In our area, they want to start a new nuclear power plant. So they borrowed money from us. And guess what great deal we got out of that? We got our rates raised. Isn't that awesome? So you can start a political party for that if you wish. And the economy. Yeah, most of us think the economy should be better than it is, and our politicians sit down on the job. And I agree. So you could start a political party to stop our jobs from going overseas, or however you want to try to fix the economy. But see, these are only a few just recommendations. Start your own political party about anything. If this didn't show you how much vast area you can change in a political party, it should. Whatever you get mad about, start a political party for that. If there's enough of us that agree with you, then we will change America for the better, I hope. Thank you for your time.